Hello everybody, it's Anne from Rebelly Artistry, back again. I'm going to do something a bit different today. I've made up two lots. It's 300 grams, 2 to 1 grams of Vista Cascade in each pot. So that's 2 to 1 ratio by grams Vista Cascade. Now when you mix larger amounts, you do need to sort of really make sure it's mixed properly, because you know it's just more to mix, I suppose. But you know when it's done, because you don't see those little wisps in there that show you've got two different thicknesses, because part A is very different to part B with this resin. I still seem to have made a mess, but not as bad as yesterday, thank goodness. And those of you who haven't seen my video, yes, I spilt resin, made a mess. Anyway, now I'm going to do this plant pot even. It's mould I got off Amazon, and it's got this geometric pattern underneath, inside rather, like a 1920s sort of Art Deco type design. So what I've done, if you can see, is I've followed the design with a pen, a gold pen. It was just off Amazon. It's not great, but I thought I mean, you can keep fiddling and fiddling, so I just thought I'll leave it as it is. We'll pour the resin, and it should pick up all the, see bits everywhere in here. It should pick up the gold off the side of the mould, otherwise the mould's at it. And sit down there, and then yeah, it should have a nice plant pot. So I'm going to use this gold and green mica powder in here, in my resin. I'm just going to put it in one pot of resin first of all, because I really don't know how much resin this will take, if I can get into this. Right, and obviously we're going to need quite a lot of resin, and that will need quite a lot of mixing. Quite a lot of mica rather, and that'll need quite a lot of mixing. Oh, I'm not doing very well today, am I? Right, let's... Lovely colour, isn't it? Gorgeous colour. So there's two big dollops in there. Let's see how that goes. Oh, it's a glorious colour. I can see that already. Thing is, if you don't use enough, you won't get that opaqueness that you want. So I may have to add more, I don't know. But I'm going to keep mixing, keep mixing. For anybody who follows Strictly Come Dancing, it's keep dancing, I'm keeping mixing. Can you hear the music? Da, 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 da. Keep mixing. Anyway, you can see I've had a stressful morning, yeah. Anyway, always that lovely sense of peace when you come into your art studio. Doesn't matter whether it's a tiny little corner of a room, or a whole room, or a beautiful studio. You always get that feeling of the world being back on balance. So therapeutic, it's unbelievable. Still a bit streaky, but look at that colour. You see that? That's beautiful, isn't it? Just what I wanted. Right, let's just put a little bit more in. I'm not convinced that that's sufficient. Again, it's you know, trial and error. You have to go with what looks right and feels right for you, because we all use different products. We all, you know, we don't all have access to the same things, so just go with what feels right by you. I don't even know where I got those pigments from. I got them a long time ago. Suddenly thought I better start using them, work through them. And I don't know, they must have come off Amazon, but I don't even know if they're still on there. I think I got, did I get this pot off? That might have been from just, no, Resin 8, this pot, actually. Yeah, Resin 8, they had a sale. So I went for that one. Now, do we think that's mixed in? It's a lovely earthy green, but with a gold shimmer. Would you look at that, eh? That is just right. So that was three lots of mica. Let's just give this a little. I love the Vista resin because it does degas itself very well. Anyway, here we go. Here goes nothing. Wow. It's like a cascade. Can you see that? Look at that. Gosh, look at that. And that's going to need about another 100, isn't it? So I'm going to pour, just bear with me while I just measure this. Oh, I'm slipping and sliding with resin. Is that enough? No, probably not, about 100. Right, there's 100. Oh. Right, let's put, so that's sort of just under half. So let's put 1. And a half. That should be about right, I reckon. Here we go again. It's going to be one beautiful colour, and if it picks up the gold as well off the sides, I will be made up. Okay, let's go with it. So that is 400 grams. So yeah, 400 grams roughly for that particular pot. It's good to know, isn't it? Because you don't know, you know, a lot of these things don't tell you how much you're going to need for each mould. But that was definitely 300. So I'm going to leave that put, and I will see you on the next one. I'm fascinated. I'm desperate to know. I can't wait till tomorrow. Yeah, never mind. If you like what you see so far, thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll speak to you soon. Hi again, folks. I want to tell you a story. I made this pot, which is in the first part of this video, and it looked really good. I was happy with it. I used a normal resin, no special quality, you know, just one for ordinary, like making coasters, things like that. And I left it to set up after I spoke to you last, and went out to the shops and had a nice time for a couple of hours. I came back and I discovered that I'd had a what's it called? Oh, heaven's sakes, Anne. A exothermic reaction, and the result is this. This is what I could see on the bottom of my, well, this is the only bit that was showing when I cut back. I thought, oh, that's a bit odd, but different. Didn't mind it, you know. And then I turned it over because I realised it had set. I thought, that's quick, you know. Turned it over, demolded it, and look at the inside of that. Can you see that? It sort of almost exploded out of the walls, and the outside is really rough and got these sort of dents in it, and it's sharp. I mean, it was a catastrophe. I couldn't believe it, because it's the amount of resin you lose, obviously, and also because I knew darn well it was my own mistake. I'd not thought it through, and used a ordinary resin instead of a deep pour one. And I think if you in my first part of this video, I do say that my resin's getting warm. Well, it obviously got really warm after I poured it and blew itself up. I was lucky, very lucky, not to have set fire to something. So as a warning to everybody, just make sure you use the right resin for your project. I can't say that enough. I dodged a bullet with this, but you can't guarantee that's going to happen. So I went straight online and purchased some deep pour resin. Again, Vista Ocean this time. I won't bother picking up the bottles because you've seen them all. It's Vista Veruba Ocean resin, and it's made for deeper pours. I have made 2 bottles on another video, little bottles with tops that are still setting up, so I can't move them. But for this project, I've made up 3 lots of 200 mils of resin, ocean resin. It's not 200. Get it out, Anne. Ocean resin is 2 to 1 by milliliters, and so I have poured 150 milliliters of A and 75 milliliters of B into each of these and stirred them up for the requisite amount of time. So what I want to try this time, fingers crossed, is a ombre effect. I've got 3 different mica powders here. One's a silver grey, one's a sea blue, and one's a light blue. The silver grey I want on what will be the bottom of my plant pot, and the light blue being at the top. So I'm going to pour them sort of carefully, one on top of the other, so we get a little bit of a mixing, so it's not it's dead straight lines. I'd have to let it dry in between for that. But let's have a go and see what happens. I'm just going to get some tape because I can see bits landing on my Oops. I've had some escapades this morning. I spilt a whole pot of little gem things, the little sort of looks like shiny diamonds, but it's not. Yeah, made a right mess. I've picked them all up though, I think. I'm not going to waste them. I could have hoovered them, but then that would have been that, wouldn't it? Right, quick swig of coffee because I need it. Right, so let's do light blue first. Now we'll just mix it. It's quite a lot of resin in there, and this does take quite a lot of resin to make, so let's use this one. And oops, let's go 1. I want it to be opaque, so it's 2 good spoonfuls there. Let's see if this looks okay, and then we know how much to use for the other ones. Looking better. I'm really liking the Vista resin because it's not too bad on the bubbles. It degasses itself quite well. Sets up as per you would expect, and generally performs really well all round, and it's a reasonable price. P.S. It's a secret. It's cheaper to buy it from them directly than on Amazon. Just so you know. And they're very good at their shipping. So, here we go. I think that's all right, isn't it? Yeah, that is just right. So I'm just going to move it out of the way. So we know 2 good scoops. So that's the blue. That wasn't very clever. I've done it with a wet cloth. Now we go with it's a lovely colour, isn't it? Sea blue. I don't know where I got these from. I imagine it's Amazon, and I don't know, have no idea what the make is. So I've had them quite a long time. So 1, isn't that lovely colour? 2, beautiful. I don't know if you can hear that. There's somebody going around any old iron, which in British sort of customary behaviour, that's somebody coming around. We used to call them the rag and bone man years ago. See? Basically, if you had any metal or anything you wanted to get rid of, they would just come and take it away for you. They used to come sort of round, years ago they used to come around weekly, but now you don't often hear them. Just drive slowly around the streets going any old iron. I bet he makes a fortune. It's the price of metals these days. Right, so that's that one. That is beautiful. And then we've got... Oh. He's still going. And now we're going with the dark grey, or it's called light silver grey. One, 2. Now this has all the ingredients to be pretty beautiful. That's before we start messing around with it. But anyway, yeah, I'm hoping it'll be lovely. I'm reusing my cups again, as you've seen me use before. I'm loving doing this because I don't get through a quarter of as many pots, and of course it's better for the environment. And they literally, I've not once had any leakage of colour from one pour to the next. My resin is always absolutely clear, and there's no chips, no nothing. So I really would recommend it. It's not so great, I suppose, for filming, in as much as it never looks clear, the resin when you've just made it. But I can guarantee it is, and I've not had one incident where any of the previous days resin has come through. However, having said that, because this is the I'm using the deep pour, this is going to take longer to set up, so I won't reuse these cups for probably about a week, just to be on the safe side, but I will reuse them. So I have sort of 10 cups on the go, and I go around in a circle and I put them, these ones will be put to one side to dry, and then I'll take some for my next pour from those that have already dried. So I guess there'll come a point when I do throw them out, but anyway, saves money, saves the climate, etc., and happy days. Right, okay, this is it. I'm a little bit nervous about this because it is such a lot of resin. I don't want to waste it like I did with this one. I wish you could feel it. It's like really rough, really. And can you see those little holes in it and those bits there? It's creepy. And the inside, I mean, it would have been beautiful, wouldn't it? Too late. So lots of warnings, lots of things said today. So let's get on with the best bit. So I want the dark grey, the silver grey to be on the bottom, which means it's got to be the last one I pour. The sea blue is going to be in the middle, and this blue is going to be in the top, on the top. So let me get my gun. Where's my gun? Right, Annie, get your gun. Let's get rid of some of these bubbles because they're a bit prolific. Okay. So, what did I say? I want the dark at the bottom, so that's last. In the middle is the sea blue. This is the top. Okay, so I'm just going to pour it into the sides, I think. Just let it find its way. as best I can. I'm sort of looking on the outside. Don't know if you can see that. I'm guessing from there up would be grey. So I've almost got enough. I've made far too much resin, haven't I? Look at that. Oh, we'll have to do something else. Okay, so that's that one. Is that about a third? Yeah, that's about a third. I only used half of that. Look, hardly anything's gone down at all. Oh well, never mind. The top's going to use quite a lot though, isn't it? So let's go with, I don't know what's going to happen here. Oh, I'm going to pour from the top because that's obviously going to dive bomb. Well, I don't think this is going to go as I planned, but hey ho, it's going to look pretty good, I think. Now I'm going to go with a black. It's not black, is it? Silver grey. I've only got a little bit of that left, so obviously, well, I knew I was going to use more. So I want to give it a bang, but it's because you've got all those little grooves that are going to keep the air. Okay, I think that will go down a bit in a minute, because as it settles and finds its place, to give it a little bit of encouragement. Because all those fine grooves, you know, that on this one I put gold acrylic paint on, they will be real harbours of air bubbles. Come on, don't want any air bubbles caught in there. Can you see how it's gone down slightly? Okay, that's going to set up, and then hopefully no exothermic reaction, and we will be unmoulding this in a couple of days. Anyway, lots of lessons learnt. Yeah, and we'll see you very soon. You take care, and if you like what you see so far, thumbs up, subscribe, etc. Bye now. Right folks, here we are again, going to demold. I'm slightly apprehensive about this. Let's see if well, I want it to be beautiful. Oh, that's pretty good. Have a little peep down there. Oh, yeah, it's looking quite nice. Let's see what we end up with. Best thing with these things is to get them going at the top and then unroll, or roll them up rather. So come on then, down we go, down we go. You can do it. That's it, going down, going down. At least it's not another exothermic reaction. So we've got that far down. My hands, I've got a bit of arthritis in my hands and I'm not very good at demolding. I can see some blue. Not a lot, but I can see some. Oh, well, that's actually really pretty. She says, oh, look at the inside of that. Isn't that pretty? Isn't that lovely? Oh, I made up. That worked. I don't know what that is, but a few little air bubbly bits, but I think that's beautiful, and I would plant a plant in there any time, or just have it standing. That is beautiful. I love the inside. It's not the inside I'm supposed to be loving, it's the outside, but I do love the outside as well. See how the blue has sort of fixed to the design channels. It seems to have fixed. Do you see what I mean? It's blue and then blue, blue. it's almost put a, well, it has put a stripe effect into it, which is rather unusual and very, very nice. So I'm not going to complain about that at all. I think it is absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, happy days. Let's see what we can do with it. Right, on to the next one. If you like what you see, thumbs up, etc. Subscribe, and yeah, see you soon. Bye now.